Okay, hello friends. Let's see what we've got going on here. So I wanted to grab, today is February 25th. I wanted to grab a look here at an area that I cleaned out and my wife planted it up. She helped with the clean out some too. We had forsythias here and an evergreen sunflower of some kind I'm still digging them 3 years later. But like, it took me forever just to get them out. But she calls this Daffodil Hill, and you can see why. Now this is Daffodil Hill. There's some perennials in here, and there's irises that'll come up. There's all kinds of irises actually. You can see those probably. But right now the star of the show is the daffodils. And really, it's not peak yet for daffodils. We have all different varieties in here, and these come back and they multiply. Some crocuses over there. I'll show you a couple of my favorite daffodils. One I know the name of. They're all pretty. This whole area, and you can also see today's February 25th, I think I said. There's tulips in here too, so it's too early for the tulips. And we've only found a few tulips that'll come back consistently. A lot of the fancier, prettier tulips just don't like to come back around here, or something eats them. Tulips are tasty, apparently. You look that up in history there. Alright, there's some crocuses starting to go. I'm surprised we don't have more of those, but you can see the number of tulips. There's a big clumps. Over here's more clumps. But the daffodils aren't even close to peak. And so this is a weird time of year. Sometimes I'll have it at peak at this time of year for daffodils, and sometimes we've probably got another week or so. Maybe 2 weeks before peak. Step over everything here. So the Japanese maple you see there is a Lily Ann's jewel. I need to prune on a little bit. Add some dye back. Oh, but here I wanted to take you to we're making some steps up here to our barn. So it's still a mess. Everything's always a project. I see gardens that are perfect, and I wonder if they don't have a lot of money, or they have gardeners that are doing the work. Here it's just me and Karen doing the work, and it's always, it's 70% in some places and 20% done in others. This one's called Jetfire. It's a really cool one. See how the petals kind of, especially on those, they kind of shoot backwards, or aim backwards, the petals, and then the really orange there in the center with the pretty yellow petals. And you can see the daffodils continue on over there. We've taken most of them out around my maples. Just they compete because daffodils are done, and then they're just nothing. They're just green. And they look kind of messy. Karen will typically tie them up because you have to leave them for them to come back. They've got to have that green. Green takes in the energy for next year's bulb, for next year's flower. But it's a pretty area. Big Atlas cedar here that will get that's just a standard Atlas. They get massive here. It'll look pretty against our red barn that needs right here. Needs a little touch up and work. So our doors are kind of going. Typically we don't get really cold. This plant right here is a snapdragon, and you can see it didn't die completely, so I'm gonna come up here in a few minutes and cut all those back. There's a few of those around. A lot of times they'll bloom in January. There's a little one down there near the irrigation head. Looks kind of black. That's another one. I need to cut these back. Let's walk around this way and make sure we see everything. Also, one of my favorites are grape hyacinths. What's going on with my camera, guys? I'm sorry if you were sideways there for a minute. I was holding the cord. There's some grape. I'm surprised they don't have tons of these. I think we're digging here so much we've they're kind of not very deep, and you move them, and you probably throw them away. But I mean, I wanted to get this for you guys to see it now, because in a couple weeks, especially in about 3 weeks, this is going to be, this turns into the star of the yard, while the maples are still kind of waking up. And then the irises come along, and then, you know, we have some perennial plants in here, and then we always put zinnias on this hill that do really well until they get powdery mildew. But yeah, there's Daffodil Hill. Daffodil Hill. And again, my wife, she wants to plant more. So you see any place that doesn't have something, we're going to put little markers so we know where we can plant more daffodils and tulips. So there it is. And then the arch over there that's laying down is going to be in the ground there near the steps that we're making up to the barn. But there we go. There's Daffodil Hill. I hope everybody's good. Spring's almost here. It's about 60 degrees today, and the 10-day doesn't show a lot of cold weather, so maples are going to start popping up here soon, popping out. But I'll show you guys this area another time, another video here down the road. But take care, everybody. Happy gardening.